I'm Josh.
Banks, odd places.
Going viral.
So Josh, a friend of mine I just read, she died. A friend of mine's mother died of COVID. And I just thought to myself, a couple of things. One, how am I going to go? And two, back in 1918, when the pandemic, the last pandemic happened, um, on tombstones, are there people that say that it says, died of the pandemic or that?
So number one, don't go. That's my first piece of advice. Just don't go. Number two, are you asking what your epitaph would be? Because that would be interesting.
Oh, that would be interesting. I hope I have a long dash. That's what I want. I want a long, full dash between the dates. That's the life. Because when you're born, when you die, it's that dash in between.
I just want my epitaph to rhyme. I want it to make people laugh. I want to piss them off, and I want it to rhyme. If I could do those three things, awesome.
All right, so piss off, laugh, and rhyme.
Yeah, like roses are red, violets are blue. Here I lie, fuck you. Like just something like that. Like, just my final slap to the world.
Yeah, I go more towards something.
Poetic.
I don't know. Well, no, something that's more like grounded in like what I learned. Like this is my life. This is what I learned. This is maybe what I left.
So yours would say what? Like wear a mask?
I don't know what mine would. I have no idea. Mine is like I would just have a big dash there. That's all it is. But no. I mean, being a comedian for so many years. I mean that for me. I don't know. I don't want it to sound like I did that, done that, did that, moving on. It's not like that. It's just, I mean, because making people laugh is a great thing. I mean, to make people laugh, I wish I could just make people laugh without trying to make people.
Welcome to my world. That's literally the definition of my face. Like that's it. I just walk into a room and there's a slight chuckle, always.
Really? Oh, that's great. You already have them on your side.
Well, hold on now. They might be laughing at me, not with me. There's a difference.
All right. Okay, but however, which one do you want? With you?
Nah, I guess I don't really care. A laugh is a laugh.
Okay.
It's like chocolate cake. There's no such thing as bad chocolate cake. No such thing. Okay. Right? So there's no such thing as bad laughter.
Yeah. Okay. I did see a Seinfeld episode where the girl laughed like just inappropriately and loud and obnoxious and.
But she laughed. See, she
did.
Like seriously, like cake. So there's good chocolate cake and there's better. But I've never had bad chocolate cake. I've never had chocolate cake that said this tastes like sewer. This tastes like crap. It's never happened. You can't go wrong with chocolate. You can only do good and a hell of a lot better.
Okay.
I think that's the same with laughter.
All right. So I mean, if you look funny, there's a friend of mine, I put him in all my movies because I think he looks funny. I think that when he walks into the scene or as the scene begins with him, the levity is there. Excuse me. And I like that. So, I mean, if he was a comedian, before he even got up there, they would be laughing. They would probably be laughing at him because he looks funny. Now, I'm going to give you a scenario since it doesn't matter if they're laughing at you or with you. You go to a high school and you do a talk on what you do, entrepreneurship, coaching, broke is no joke. And you're being serious and they're laughing. You see, I think that might be some bad laughter there. If you are being serious about this.
See, I would play right off of that though. That would be an entry. Now it depends how serious I'm being. But that would be a fantastic entry to kind of slap them around a little bit. Because maybe I'm talking about money and why we're broke. And maybe if that's funny, we could talk about what being broke's all about.
Yeah.
And there's always, but it's still a good thing. I would still rather have laughter than tears
Than guns. Laughter than guns.
Yes.
Or arms.
That's what we should do. Instead of going to war with military guns, we should do laugh-offs. And have like an applause-meter. Yeah.
Israel would win. Because,
Really?
yeah.
Are they funny?
Jewish people are mostly funny.
Oh, okay.
Comedians, come on, the best. Marx Brothers, the Three Stooges,
True.
Seinfeld, Woody Allen. I mean,
Mel Brooks.
Come on. Yeah. Jewish people are, I don't know what it is about them.
George Burns, right? I think he was Jewish
George
too.
Burns, yeah. They're funny people. I mean, most of us, I don't know if we're laughing with them or at them. I don't know.
Maybe that's where I get it from. I'm not Jewish, but I'm a Jew. So yeah.
Maybe we should. Maybe we should go to war with a laugh off. Can you imagine? Two guys in the middle of the field, and they stop, and he's got his little book, and he's all right. Here's one. Here's one for you, and he says a joke.
Or he's just got a horn. He just like honks it, or the gun. Outside the gun comes the flag.
Yeah.
Bazookas with these with confetti that comes out, makes you laugh. Who knows?
However, when I saw this post that my friend showed, about my friend's mother dying, it was all of a sudden, I was living in 1918. It was all of a sudden, oh my gosh, this is what happened. I mean, this is how people, died. And if I look at tombstones of 1918, you're going to see a lot of people dying. Now, I wonder if
the war, though. Don't forget the Great World War.
The first one. Yes.
Well, no, at that time, there was no First World War. It was only the Great World War.
Oh, okay.
They didn't know there was going to be a second yet, so first.
Naive of them to think of that, right? Come on.
Exactly. How pompous to think that they would be the only one in the war.
Right. So I think of that and how we are doing it now. However, the deaths are skewed towards elderly people, from my understanding,
Yes.
With this pandemic. And it's also, this pandemic is skewed more towards brown and black people also. And I feel, let's say this virus is a survival of the fittest. It's a Darwinism aspect of Darwinism. So are we weeding away or making our species stronger?
Yeah, yes, I suppose. But here's the thing, that's a false choice. We don't have to make that kind of choice anymore. 10,000 years ago, heck, even maybe 1,000 years ago, we had to make that choice, right? We can say, hey, the weak are going to die, and we have to be okay with that. We don't have to make that choice anymore. People can bring value to this world without physical health, right? Without that requirement. And I thought we were past that, but we have a government administration that would actually prefer that the weaker die, because the weaker, honestly, are Democrats. Physically, older people tend to be a little more Democratic. People of color, people in urban areas tend to be people of color. That's where the pandemic is going to hit the most because of the inability to social distance or the lack of social distancing. So unfortunately, I think this is more of a political thing than a need to do survival of the fittest.
How are you going to go?
How am I going to go? On a unicycle. I don't know. Actually, I have no idea how I'm going to go. I'm not planning on going. That's it. I canceled my reservation for death.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just not going.
There's no. You did not get that ticket. The ticket's just not going to.
I'm not getting on that train.
My father-in-law, ex-father-in-law, the last 4 or 5 years of his life, he didn't want to be here. He was ready to go. His body was still hanging on, and up here he was like, I gotta go. And
So he finally punched his ticket.
I guess he did. It was like he's the opposite of you. He was like, I have a ticket. Come on, get me on this train. And
Where's the
he was
train?
waiting.
The train's running late. That was the
Yeah,
issue.
yeah, yeah. 5 years. 5 years. Like, come on, when's this train gonna happen? I'm Banks.
Josh.
Odd places going
Viral.
viral.